You can call me a faggot if that means me going from damn near being homeless to winning a fucking $1 million. Okay, what? I just a couple of N words and a couple of F words. That's it for $1 million, girl.
Let's talk about it.
I'ma tell these niggas, come on, you can eat it up. Ain't no need to listen, you can be all in these guys. I ain't explaining shit to niggas, that's ridiculous. How you left for one to get mad when they finish up? I'ma get some shit today. No, it's fine. I'ma get some shit today. It's a vibe. I'ma get some shit today. We outside. I'ma get some shit today. Cause I'ma get some shit today. I'm gonna get some shit today. Cause I'ma get some shit today. I'm gonna get some shit today. Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today. Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today.
Okay, I've been dying to do this video kind of for like a year now, and I was really trying to figure out like exactly how I wanted to do this. Like if I was going to do a deep dive, if it was just going to be like a commentary video, if I was going to bring in facts, data, all of that. But as of right now, I'm going to just do this simply because I'm seeing this topic randomly appear on the Neighborhood Talk, which is like, y'all don't even watch Big Brother, but okay. Like, listen, it be the thing with the blogs, because the blogs know that if it's one thing black people want to do, is trauma bond. If there's one thing we're going to do, is fucking trauma bond.
I mean, I'm just telling the truth. I'm not lying.
Well, and so y'all don't even watch Big Brother like that. But that's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Now, a couple of days ago, I saw on Twitter that Paloma was trending and Taylor was trending. And if you don't know who this is, that I'm referring to the cast of Big Brother 24, which is a new season. With or without getting too deep into necessarily this season, there are things that I do want to talk about. One being, I feel like the cookout was a mistake and never should have happened. And I know that may throw some people off. I know that the assumption is that because I'm black, that, you know, skin folk is supposed to be kin folk, and I'm supposed to just automatically be down and like, oh my God, yes, black people, yes, we stand together and da-da-da. And that's cool or whatever. I get the mission. I get all of that. But as an avid watcher of the Big Brother game, I was never here for it. And I'm going to tell you why. Big Brother has been problematic in the past. Big Brother, especially if we look through the lens of 2022, and now every day, you know, nowadays everything has a obia attached to it, an ism attached to it. It's like, of course, well, yeah, if we go back to earlier seasons of Big Brother, of course, you know, okay, maybe that was a little bit of bigotry right there. Maybe that was a little bit of racism. Maybe that was a bit of sexism. Maybe that was a bit of misogyny. Maybe a bit of homophobia. Maybe a bit of bullying. Maybe a bit of like, but that's the game of Big Brother. That's the game of Big Brother. I come from the school of watching Evil Dick and, you know, watching, you know, people like Dan get ostracized by the whole fucking house and, you know, be forced to be lonely and then, you know, have to have their back against the wall and then come up with a plan. And 24 hours later, you know, come up with Dan's funeral. Like, that is part of the fucking game. I understand that now in 2022, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Clearly, I'm black. I'm LGBT. Okay? I'm trans. I'm a woman. And I'm black. So I get it. I get it. I know what it's like to be oppressed. But I feel like now in 2022, there's starting to become like a very thin line between entertainment and reality. And I'm not liking that because so much of reality is starting to blur into entertainment that now it's no longer becoming fun. And so not only do we have to deal with the real bullshit in real life, but now it's like, okay, what's supposed to be our escape? Now there's so many politics and basically the oppression Olympics involved now within our entertainment that it's no longer an escape and it's becoming like jail almost, right? What am I talking about? So here's the thing. The concept of Big Brother is to basically take strangers who don't know each other, usually like 14 and 16 people who do not know each other, place them into a house, and it's a social experiment. Now, my problem with nowadays is that you guys want to get mad at certain things that come out of certain people. And granted, don't get me wrong, if this was real life, oh yes, let's beat their ass, let's da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? And also, too, I do believe that everything has... There is a such thing as doing too much. You know what I'm saying? There is a such thing as doing too much. In a house like Big Brother, I'm going to expect microaggressions. What I will not expect is somebody calling me a nigger or trying to hang me or do the fucking most and really, express racism. I'm not gonna, expect somebody to be slapping the shit out of me and literally bullying me and like shit like that. Were you taking it too far? That's one thing. The comments here and there, calling me a hoe, maybe calling me fat, calling me gay, while it may upset me in this setting, I don't expect any different because this is a social experiment filled with people from all different walks of life. And so it's just like, I don't understand how y'all are living in this perfect world, or better yet, I don't understand how we're living in this world, but then expecting these people to come from reality and then go into this setting and it suddenly be a perfect world when this show is based off of people and their realities as they interact with each other to create a new reality. I don't understand. I do not understand. And it's like, especially with all of the social justice movements that's been happening lately over the last couple of years, it's like people are really showing that they don't really get this game. And I'm not saying that this game is like, please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Like, I am not here to enable. I am not here to give a platform to motherfuckers that are racist, that are bigots, that are sexist, that are misogynists. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. And like I said, if it's to a point where it's going too far, yes, that needs to be dealt with. That needs to be addressed. My issue, though, is that we cannot get to a point where it's like, just because a black girl is getting yelled at, or just because a black girl is on the outside of the house and nobody wants to work with her, that now we're screaming Black Lives Matter. We're not about to start doing that. And y'all not about to sit here and play in my face. Not the same motherfucking people that's sitting here. Because the way that y'all sat and let Nene play in our fucking face, the way that she compared her struggles to Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and said that her struggles with Bravo was like she had a knee on her goddamn neck, and the way that y'all sit here and make this bitch trend every fucking week. Not the same people that sit here making Phaedra, the one who accused Candy of rape. Okay, allegations of rape. Not the way that y'all sit here and make her trend every week during Housewives. Like, y'all not about to play in my face like this. Y'all not about to play in my face like this. So like I said, ignorantly and admittedly so, I have not seen all of the footage with Taylor. But what I have seen and what I have noticed the last couple of years is a pattern. When black people enter the game, listen, at this fucking point in time, because I just think very differently, and I'm trying my best to explain as much as possible without seeming like a comb or without seeming like I'm trying my best to explain so people fucking get it. I just think differently. At this point in time, baby, if you black and you taking your ass onto Big Brother, then that is on you. That is on you. I think very differently. I don't understand why we as black people keep moving around in this world expecting the world to just shape shift for us because we got a fucking opinion. It does not work like that. If the world has shown that it is not in our best interest, then why the fuck do we keep trying to force fetch to happen? Why do you keep thinking that your black ass is going to go into this show and become the exception to every motherfucking rule? When if every other cast has had a racist or has been predominantly white or has pushed white people in this, that, and the third, why do you think your experience is going to be different this year? Oh, because of the Cookout? Because I did see somewhere on Twitter that Taylor hadn't really watched any other shows other than last season's with the Cookout, which brings me back to why I brought them up originally. Because see, here's the thing. Big Brother is a game of strategic alliances. And much like real life, it's set up like real life where people gravitate towards who they are most comfortable with. And the one thing that I don't understand, that people don't understand, is that at the end of the day, you're going to gravitate towards who you are most comfortable with. It's the same thing as being a little kid and you're like, well, mommy, I can't identify with Barbie because Barbie is white. And so your mother buys you a black Barbie doll so you can see yourself in the doll, right? But if you've never grown up around Barbies and Beckys and Sarahs and Olivers, that's not going to be who you ultimately run to in the fucking house. It's not. Just like if they have not grown up with, and for lack of better words, but so you can understand the point that I'm making, if they have not grown up with Shaniquas or Tyreeks or, add ghetto name just for exaggeration and emphasis with my point, you cannot expect them to automatically go one to side with. You understand what I'm saying? And then when you have production that specifically casts certain people for a reason, because here's the thing. Do I think that production is racist? I wouldn't say necessarily that, but I will say that the production definitely has an agenda. They definitely always have an agenda, which is why I now watch with a grain of salt, because Alison Grotner, you know, the devil works harder, but Alison Grotner works harder. She is the devil. You know what I'm saying? And so she has a very much Tyler, white boy, blonde hair, blue eye, has to look like Abercrombie and Finch, be an Instagram influencer type of fantasy. And that's literally what we've been watching like the last 15 years. That is her type. And they usually all come from a certain type of demographic, certain type of background, which a lot of times could or could not be racist. You know what I'm saying? Do I necessarily feel like they are sitting down like, yeah, we have to have a racist on the cast? No. But again, this is reality. And if you're choosing from certain small towns of the road, and this is what's going to happen, right? And so last year, coming off the hills of the pandemic, coming off the hills of Black Lives Matter and, you know, all of the political protests and shit like that, like, I just fucking knew. I knew. Even with Drag Race, I called that shit out. I was like, oh, Simona's going to win. Simona's going to win because we have to make a statement right now. And I knew with Big Brother, oh, we're going to have to make a statement right now. I knew because Big Brother in all that they fucking time had never casted that many people of color. And as you can tell this season. So I already knew what the agenda was. Now, did I think that they knew that it was going to shape up to be the Cookout? No. But they knew what they were doing, especially once the Cookout did their job for them. It was just like, oh, no, yeah, one of them is going to win. One of them. Because we just have to, for storyline purposes. We just have to. And that's going to draw in Black viewers. That's going to draw in, because it's all a money draw. It's all a money draw. Again, which is why I'm saying I don't understand why y'all still getting so affected by shit that happens, and y'all know how this game works, but then a lot of y'all don't, because you only watch because of last season, thinking that, oh my God, this is like, and it's not. It's not. It's not. Big Brother is a game of fucking alliances. People align with who they are most comfortable with. More oftentimes than not, if you have small town girls, unless they have a big open heart and are, you know, used to, you know what I'm saying, used to talking to other people and being open with other people, they're more than likely going to click with what they are fucking used to, which is not necessarily always people of color or, you know, the minority. And we can be mad all we want to, but that's just the way that the world is designed. And people see through their trauma and it's just like, well, B, what about me? And and it's just like, that's how shit is. Y'all are fishes out of water to each other. And I'm not making excuses for anybody, but I'm just saying that's how shit is. And so if you're going to sign up for a show like Big Brother, then you have to fucking know that. And so I actually want to get into some of what inspired me to, you know, do this video. So we're going to take a look at this post on the Neighborhood Talk. It says, Big Brother fans aren't here for how the house guests are treating. Hold on. Let me go ahead and bring it up on screen for y'all. Go ahead. Okay. So it says, Big Brother fans aren't here for how the house guests are treating Taylor Hell broke down in tears. I am very disturbed by the bullying and targeting that Taylor Hell is experiencing. You need to intervene and ensure that the microaggressions and bigoted behavior by the other cast stops. Big Brother needs to ensure that the next edited episode showcases a fair and honest illustration of what is happening in the Big Brother 24 house. It is the house versus Taylor, and she is clearly being targeted and bullied for no reason. Let's make the beautiful, quiet woman who has literally done nothing but breathe, cry, and make her feel like shit. She is crying after hearing Paloma talk crap about her. So freaking sad. I am absolutely beside myself about the treatment that one of my closest friends, Taylor, is receiving on Big Brother. I implore Big Brother to do the right thing and intervene. This is not about performing for a show. This is about a person's real life, and the treatment is disgusting. Yeah, I'm not reading all that.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to read this much.
I'm sorry, Xavier. I'm not reading all that. I'm not reading all that. If we go through the comments, basically everybody's saying the same thing. It takes nothing to show love to others. They're not going to intervene when they're the ones probably directing or coaching the cast to act this way. Big Brother has had a long history of abusive behavior with house guests. I remember when Evil Dick lit cigarettes at female house guests. They use people paying for ratings. Discussing how they've been treating her. She literally hasn't done anything to anyone. This season has already started off a mess. I couldn't be a cameraman. This has been happening for years. I'm a super fan. And the last season with the Cookout is the only time it didn't happen. Listen, fuck all this shit. Fuck all this shit. Like, I'm not about to do this with y'all. I guess I really am just going down this hill alone. I'm not about to do this with y'all. We're not about to all of a sudden go up. Like, why? Now all of a sudden.
Wait.
This is what I'm saying. It's like either people are new and only started watching because of the Cookout last season, and then y'all just think and assume that it's about to be that way every season, not knowing that was a gimmick. Or I don't know what the fuck it is, because we're not going to sit here and act like this don't always fucking happen. This has happened to white people. It's happened to Asian people. It's happened to gay people on the show. Like, it's happened. But we're not going to sit here and try to make this Black Lives Matter movement about this girl because she's Black and she's like, there is no fair treatment. And I'm sorry, I'm not about to trauma bond with y'all and be like, oh my God, a Black girl is in the Big Brother house crying. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. A Black girl is in a Big Brother house and nobody's talking to her, and so they're bullying her. Oh my God, they're saying comments about her. Oh my God, because I even saw, and I would try to find it right now if I cared that much. But I even saw somebody do a video, like they took a screenshot of a live feed where basically Paloma was, talking about how Taylor comes from the pageant world and basically she's fake and can't be trusted. And somebody tried to spin that as this is an attack on Black women. And it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Everything is not a break. Like, all I'm going to say is if this is the type of show that this is turning into, then I don't want to watch. And again, understand where I'm coming from. I'm not saying shit like this. Actually, what I'm saying is that what I'm seeing on Big Brother now is the same shit that I've always been seeing. My whole thing is that we're not about to turn this into a political show because, this is a season where it's happening to a Black girl. Black women, stop going on the show. Stop going on this goddamn show. If you feel like you are being mistreated, stop going on this goddamn show. The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. If you see that Kimmy got treated this way, if you see that Davon got treated this way, if you see that Bailey got treated this way, it's just like, why do we keep going on this goddamn show expecting something different? No, baby, that was last season for a gimmick, for ratings. But best believe if you the one Black girl in a house out of 14 white people, guess what? They all gonna stick together because they used to each other, and ignorantly so, not justifiably so, not giving them a reason to be. But ignorantly so, because of the confines and compounds of this game, and you having to choose alliances and be nasty and all of that, it makes it easier to hide behind. It makes it easier for them to practice their racism and practice, their bigotry and practice their misogyny and practice all of that within the confines and rules of this game. Am I making sense? But it's like, as a watcher, this. As somebody going on the show, you should know this. And that becomes a part of your game. That's where the social part of the game comes in. Because it's like, okay, I'm Black. I'm coming in with these white people that I ain't never been around before. That's uncomfortable for me. How the fuck am I gonna, if I'm only used to, chilling with, my girls and chilling down at the Pink and da-da-da-da-da, and I gotta be fake with these Beckys, and I don't even fuck with Beckys like that. Like, I don't even like what they do to, like, even if you so pro-Black and you the type that's like, oh, fuck white people and oh, appropriation, da-da-da-da-da. The beauty of the game is watching you put all of that shit aside to still win. To still win. And I see, that's where I'm trying to get at with my point here. It's like, I'm not trying to sit here and act like what people are complaining about is invalid. Or that some of this shit isn't happening. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is baby, that's the game. This game is based off real life. Now overcome that shit. Because it's getting to a point where it's like, y'all don't want people to do nothing. Because if it ain't a motherfucker crying in their room because don't nobody want to talk to them, then let's take it back to Celebrity Big Brother when there was a whole campaign online because somebody was calling somebody else a hoe. And it was like, oh my God, they slut shaming. And like, what the fuck can you say in a Big Brother house? Because if y'all are having a field day goddamn now, imagine 20 fucking years ago when it was Evil Dick. Okay? When it was people like him on his goddamn show. Like, no, we're not playing for petty change. We're not paying for 20 goddamn dollars. I'm sorry. I come from the old school of Big Brother where I want to see a cutthroat motherfucking game. I want to see cut down to the goddamn bare fucking meat. Okay? Because that's going to show me who the fuck really deserves that fucking money. They not playing for $10 in this house. They playing for $500,000. They playing for $1 million. However much money they playing for. It's a lot of goddamn money. Okay? And so I want to see a real fucking game. But see, again, these fucking gimmicks, like the Cookout gimmick, now it got everybody believing that, oh, so every season we about to just do something towards social justice, and we have to have a black winner. We have to have a this winner. We have to have a that one. Like, that's the problem with Drag Race. That's the problem with Drag Race. Ever since Drag Race fucked up and did not crown Shangela, it's been a gimmick. Season after season. Ever since they did not crown Shangela, All-Stars 2, I think it was, or All-Stars 3, it's been a fucking gimmick every season after. Because then it was like, okay, well, you know, we want to crown Monet, but then we can't have two back-to-back black winners, you know, so then we got to crown two people. Okay, oh, well, because we crowned two people, now we got to switch it up and do something different and crown a trans winner. Oh, because we didn't crown Shay before, now we got to crown Shay during her All-Stars, right? It's like you start getting into these gimmicks because the fans, you get the fans a little piece of what they want, and then the fans start becoming demanding and entitled, and that is what I fear is going to happen to Big Brother because of the Cookout last season. I feel like because they did that one move, they like, you can even see it in the show. Now everybody all of a sudden want to have a big alliance with side alliances. Now that's becoming a new thing. Just like a couple of years ago, you know, it was the whole concept of, okay, well, we're going to have this one big, huge alliance dominating the house, and then boom, that was the trend for the next few seasons. It's like once something is set in stone and enough people see it and agree with it, then it's just like people run with that shit and then expect that to be gospel when it's just like, no, can we just get back to the regular classic game of Big Brother? Can we get back to this just being a reality fucking show? And I'm sorry, in a game where you are meant to take 14 different people from 14 different walks of life, place them into one house and see how they socially interact, physically interact, how they physically play the game, mentally play the game, emotionally play the game, psychologically play the game. I want to see that shit tested on all motherfucking levels, because for the amount of money that they're playing for, I'm sorry. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I think a little bit different. Go ahead, call me a coon, but you can call me a faggot if that means me going from damn near being homeless to winning a fucking $1 million. Okay, what? I just a couple of N-words and a couple of F-words. That's it. For $1 million, girl. What? I'm dealing a whole week with a couple of people not talking to me. What? Bitch, I've dealt with my trauma. So there's nothing for me to be upset over. There's nothing for me to sit here and cam talk and try to act like, oh, what was me? Because I'm in a Big Brother house and motherfuckers don't want to talk to me and they talking shit behind my back and barely even know me because it's day 3. And you playing for a fucking $1 million. I'm sorry. I know that this video was all over the goddamn place, but I'm sorry. It's like I live in a fucking twilight zone. It's like we sit and we complain about this shit, and then y'all don't want to do anything better in real fucking life. It's like we'll sit and complain against Big Brother, knowing goddamn well it ain't shit that y'all can do that will make this fucking station or this network or Alison Grotner change her mind about who's on the motherfucking cast if they ain't done it in the last 10 goddamn years when we had other problematic ass seasons. But yet y'all will still enable and enforce motherfucking shows like Jocelyn Cabaret and Bad Boys Houston and all of this other fuck shit. I'm over it. And I said what the fuck I said, okay? And listen, if I didn't say it, then it wasn't said. So comment down below with the opinion. Let me know what you thought, as if I give a damn. And make sure that y'all stream my music as if you give a damn. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye. Well, we're going to go ahead and end this video. Now remember, if you hated me for that opinion, don't worry, girl. There's a lot more where that came from. Just make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe and turn your notifications on. For extended videos and exclusive content, including full episodes of my new weekly podcast, let's start there. Make sure that y'all go ahead and subscribe to patreon.com/Sky Santana. And also, make sure that y'all join the band that